Okay.
Make sure go back to OBS. Make sure that TikTok is not checked there. Okay, it's not okay. Make sure that's not toggled on. Okay. Yeah, no, so you don't. Yeah, so you just click go live over here. Yeah, yeah. Does it say go live or am I? Yeah. So for TikTok, you have to do it right there on TikTok. OBS has nothing to do with TikTok right now.
Am I live?
So you click go live. All right, now you gotta click it again. You're live, baby.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome, guys. This is Steve with Alpha Flow Trader. Gonna wait for a couple more people to come in the room. All right, guys. Good morning. This is Steve with Alpha Flow Trader. Missing my business partner Tim today. He had some errands he had to run, so it'll just be me today. Gonna wait for a couple more people to come in the room. We are 2 minutes from market open. Want to go over our inside outside days and let you guys know what levels we are looking at. Let's start with let's start with ES. See if it's an inside or an outside day on ES. We are in an inside day. So that means all our levels are in play for today. Our three levels and up. And what I mean by our three levels are these levels right here. This is S5, S4, S3. All of these are in play. If price comes down to those levels, those are our support levels. And then here are our resistance levels, R3, R4, and R5. All levels for ES are in play today. Silver, you want to see silver? Let's see what we got. Let's see if we what we got for silver. All right, markets is open, guys. I'll wait for this to load. In the meantime, let's go over to NQ and see if NQ is an inside or an outside day. NQ is an outside day. We are below yesterday's range to the downside, which means we are only looking for our 4 levels and up. And so we'd be interested. Well, we've already passed S4 today. We're going to see if NQ can come down to S5. If it does, we're going to be looking for a reversal at S5 on NQ. Let's go back to see if your silver chart loaded yet. All right, so silver's already at S5. Want to start looking for reversals here at the S5 level. Once price action shows us bullish price action to the upside. So right now we're at S5. And we took a big dump ever since that 8:30 unemployment data came out. But yeah, we're at S5 on silver. I don't trade silver, but if you're a silver guy with our strategy, we'd be looking for longs at Can you hear me now, futures guy? I just swapped Mike's features, guys. It might be just that my Mike's battery's running out. Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry about that, man. Sorry for the technical difficulties this morning, but hopefully we're all straight now. All right. So we're on Dow now. I'm going to see if Dow's an inside outside day. Dow is an outside day to the upside. And so what that means is we are only looking for our 4 levels and up. So that would be these 4 levels. Right now, Dow's at central pivot, so it can pretty much go either way. So we'll just keep an eye on Dow and see if we can get to R4 and S4 and start looking for reversal. I do like S4 right here, just below prior day's low. And we are heading in that direction at the moment. And let's look at R4. Now, if it gets to R4, that looks like that would be all-time highs. So either R4 and S4 look like decent levels to look for reversals. All right, I'm looking at the oil chart now. Oil is an outside day. So we are looking at our 4 levels and up on oil as well. All right. So we're going to be interested in S4s and R4s. And right now we are at S3, but it is an outside day, so we're not going to get any signals there. So if it continues going down, we'd be looking for reversals at S4 here, which looks like a decent level as well. All right, so we'll pay attention to oil if it gets to S4. Gold has been dumping pretty hard since the unemployment numbers came out at 8:30 this morning. All the markets have really. And so let's see if gold is an inside or an outside day. It is an outside day to the downside of yesterday's range. Gold has been pretty bearish overall on the daily time frame lately. All right, looks like we've got some. We're approaching S5 on NQ. Those are the pre-alerts that I'm getting. All right, gold is near S5 as well, in a demand zone. Let's scroll to our left, see if it's below any significant lows. Not quite. You do have prior months low down here, which I'd definitely be interested if price came down this low, took out prior day's low before reversing. So the ideal scenario with gold is if price can drift down here before reversing back up. All right, so those are our levels, guys. Let's take a look at Euro, our last one. Don't get too much action on Euro, but we have had a couple of trades in the past couple of weeks. All right, so Euro is an outside day as well, which means our 4 levels and up are in play. And euro is right now trading right at S4, but still has strong bearish momentum. So we'll either wait for euro to show us some signs of strength, or see if we can get down to S5. But S4 is in play, and if it keeps going lower, S5 would be in play as well on euro. S4 does look pretty strong as it has prior months low. I'm pretty sure that's prior months low right next to that level. Let's scroll all the way to the left. Yes, prior month's low is right here next to our S4 level. So we'll see. We'll pay attention to this S4 on euro and see what it wants to do here. Very, very weak right now, though, after the job numbers came out. All right. ES still showing a lot of bearish momentum. So we may even get down here to S5 on ES. These are some big volume candles at the open. And actually at S4, I would prefer it to take out these lows right here anyway, before showing us any signs of a reversal. NQ is approaching S5. S5 doesn't line up with any significant lows at the moment. I guess you've got this one right here. So that's at 29,922. All right. So I'd prefer NASDAQ to kind of drift down to 29,922, take out these lows before heading higher. So we'll keep an eye on NQ here. Russell is dumping pretty hard. We're gonna blow past S4 and into a demand zone. Yeah, Russell's a little tricky. We'd have to get below these lows here, which it looks like that's what it's reaching for, as well as prior week's low. So we may actually be looking for an S5 on Russell. S5 looks a lot stronger for sure, especially with all this bearish momentum. So we'll see. We'll see if Russell can get down to S5. Heading in the right direction right now. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Futures guy, man. I'm glad it's working out for you guys. He said you did 17 on NQ pre-market. Awesome. Let's see what NQ did pre-market. You must have caught the that unemployment news. Yeah, you must have caught that move right there. That was based off a value area low, continuation short. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see. Russell still drifting lower. We're starting to send out some morning briefs now to Futures Guy. I don't know if you got it. You should. Well, if you've signed up, then you should have got the email this morning, where we'll be just every morning. We're gonna just kind of brief all our customers with what the levels that we're looking at are on each symbol that we commonly trade, at least. and then just kind of give you guys a heads up on what news events are happening for the morning and the rest of the day, so you guys can pay attention to that as well. All right, oil's at S3, ES still drifted lower. Yeah, we've got all the indexes just kind of weak this morning based on that job data. Um, with unemployment numbers up, it looks like we are now pricing in a rate hike by the end of the year rather than a rate cut, a rate hike. And so indexes don't like that news this morning. All right, gold's at S5 as well. So we got a couple of candidates here. NQ's at S5, still dumping hard though. Gold's at S5 as well, kind of slowing down. And that's what we like to see headed into a key level. Looking for a reversal. We want to see candles that kind of slow down coming into our levels and start giving us some bullish looking candles as well. So we'll watch the price action on gold and see if we can get some bullish price action here at S5 as we've touched S5. Looks like it's showing us a bit of a reaction off of S5. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on gold here. S4 as well, showing us some weak action, some strong price action at S4. I do like to see these type of candles here, these pin bar type candles, when we get to a level. Those are just good signs of a reversal. So we'll see if we get a signal here on Euro. And I will get my Quant Tower ready because that's where I execute on. And if we do get a signal here on Euro, I will take it. Just because of I like what I'm seeing here. I prefer to close back above S4 and as well as prior week's low. We're not 3 seconds left on this candle. We're not going to get a signal here on this candle, but let's see what the next candle does. All right, so on ES, we are more than halfway to S5 already. And so with ES, I think, well, I know that I'd only be interested in an S5 signal. We need ES to run out of steam here, run out of this bearish momentum that it's showing right now. So we'll see if it can drift lower into S5 and then start looking for reversals here. But right now, it's just too strong right now to the downside. If you were in this signal here, guys, you just hit TP2 on NQ. NQ gave us a signal right at the unemployment news drop. We got that signal, and if you stayed in it till the end, you just hit TP2 on NQ. Now this wasn't our typical signal off of Camarillo lines. This was actually a value area low continuation. So we do have two type or three type of signals that we watch, but our main signals are the ones that are off of our support and resistance lines. But we also do look for signals based on our volume profile here. So when price comes below value area low, comes back up to retest value area low, and continues downward, that is known as a continuation um, short off of your value area profile. And that's what it gave us up here for London's value area profile. It signaled us in up here and it hit TP2. So like this is New York's value area. This is New York's value area profile. If price was to come, drift back up, this is our value area low border right here. This line right here is our value area low. This is our value area high. This is our value area. So if price comes back up here off of value area low and rejects value area low and continues downward, then that's a signal for a value area low continuation short. All right, so we got NQ well past S5. Uh, we do have an S6 level that would be in play, but the market would have to really, really, really dump to get down to S6. I wouldn't mind NQ coming down, taking out prior week's low here, and then drifting back up, looking for a reversal there. Russell is hovering at prior days low. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, prior days low and prior weeks low. So Russell currently is trading at the lows of yesterday and the prior week. And if it does reverse back up here, we'll see. This would be a good point at where we can look for a signal back to the upside, or it could continue even lower to S5 and give us a signal. Let's see if that was a gold signal. Not yet. All right, so gold is at S5. Um, Seems to be slowing down a little bit. Still hovering here at S5, so we'll keep an eye on gold. Euro continued its downward descent towards S5. So oil is in outside day, so we're waiting for oil to get down to S4. Dow is an outside day as well, and so yeah, we're waiting on S4s for Dow. Still watching AQ here. All right, so ES found a little stopping point. I'm wondering if it's taking out these lows here before reversing. Ideally, it would come down and at least take out prior week's low and hit our S5 before showing us some strength back to the upside. We'll see. We'll see if ES want to keep trending downwards. All right. Good morning, guys. Once again, Tim is not with us today. He had some errands to run this morning, so you guys are stuck with me. What's up, Ira? Good morning, man. I'll go through once again what I'm looking at for you guys to just tuned in. Right now, I'm waiting on ES to get down to S5, although um, seems to be chopping around these levels right here. And if price was to turn around and give us a signal here, um, I would probably take it because we've come down low enough to take out these stops here at these lows. But I wouldn't be surprised if ES drifts lower. Ideally, the A plus setup would be for ES to continue down, get down to S5, take out prior week's low, get down to S5, and then turn around. So that would be the A plus setup that I'd be interested in. All right, and Q here just hit TP2 on a continuation short, and we're gonna see if we can start turning around here. NQ is the same thing. Ideally, NQ will come down to prior week's low, which is this blue line right here. Um, take out these lows before reversing back up. Russell is already at prior day's low and prior week's low, and it's continuing. It's taking out those lows and it's continuing down to S5. So S5, I said, um, if we can continue down to S5 as well as take out these lows here, which would be somewhere around right here, I'd be interested in Russell. All right. So we want to see Russell come down to S5 and start drifting back up, looking for a reversal here. Awesome, man. Man, if I'd be done for the day if I was you. It's Friday. You already got ahead of the economic news there with that damn pump. I'd be done for the day going into the weekend, man. Congrats on that trade, futures guy. I'm still looking for my first one today. Hell yeah. All right, so we got oil kind of slowing down. That's what I like to see. I like to see the momentum kind of slow down when it comes into our levels when I'm looking for a reversal. So let's see if oil can drift into S4. Gold. All right, so gold still has a lot of bearish momentum, even at S5. It did just come and take out prior week's low. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if gold wants to give us a pullback, or if we got some profit takers here at prior month's low, if they can give us a pushback upwards. We'll see. Did I miss anything on euro? Did not. Euro still drifting lower. Um, Definitely now I'm interested in S5 here on Euro. I'll be paying attention to S5. So S5 Euro, S5 Gold, S4 Oil, Dow's anywhere right now. Russell, let's see if Russell can drift down a little bit lower and give us our ideal setup. All right, NQ, it just tapped prior week's low. Um, and we got a bit of a reaction off of that level. So let's see if we could get some displacement away from this level and start looking for some longs here on NQ. Good morning, Duran. Good morning, man. It's just me today, guys. No Tim. Tim had to run some errands this morning, so I'm trying to run the show. Just kind of pointing out what I'm looking at today. Haven't taken any trades yet, not pre-market. We did have some big economic news that's driving this move right here on all the indexes. All the indexes are pushing lower today because job numbers came in pretty good, very well, and so um, that's just reason for the Feds to actually hike our interest rates instead of lower the interest rates. All right, so I'm paying attention to NQ right now. NQ might be possibly giving me a setup. ES, not quite. ES did as well. Both tapped off of prior week's low here, and they both reacted to the upside. Let's see if that holds, though. We're gonna need a couple more candles of just showing strength before we think about taking these trades. All right, appreciate the likes, guys. Thank you, thank you. All right, for all our new viewers, my name is Steve with Alpha Flow Trader. Um, just showcasing our custom indicator here that we have for TradingView and Quantower. It's a signal indicator that it's based around key levels. It basically waits for price to get to key levels that we have pre-programmed into the indicator. Our key levels are these support and resistance levels are labeled by the numbers S5 for support 5, support 4, support 3. And you've got your resistance levels, your resistance 3, R3, R4, R5s. Those are a couple of the levels that we trade off of. Some other levels that we pay attention to are Asia highs, London highs, Asia lows, London lows, prior day lows and highs, prior weeks lows and highs, prior months lows and highs. So all the key levels that me and my partner Tim personally trade on a day-to-day basis. So we just made it easier on ourselves just to have the indicator map out these, give us a roadmap for the day and let us know where our levels are at. And then we've included a signal engine that it pays attention to price action. Once price action gets to these levels, our signal engine will look for either reversal reactions, or continuations as well. So yeah, just kind of using this platform, TikTok and YouTube live streams to just showcase our indicator. If you guys want to know more information on the indicator, you can visit our website, www.alphaflowtrader.com. Thank you for the follow, Jandal. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the likes. All right, so ES, not quite at S5. NQ is starting to show some slowdown in this bearish trend here. I do like to see these kind of candles right before a reversal, and we have crossed S5. We are showing signs of a reversal at prior week's low, and so we'll pay attention here, see if we get a signal on NQ. Russell has drifted lower, but has not come to our S5 level yet. So, like I said, our ideal setup for Russell would be for it to come through S5. We're at around these lows, break through S5, take out these lows right here. These lows I've mapped out. If you scroll to the left, it would be this area right here, where resting orders would be your stops and your limit orders. So yeah, we want price to come, grab this liquidity before heading back higher. Dow, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I don't see Dow's an outside day, and so our S4 levels and our R4 levels are in play, but we're pretty far away from those levels right now. So don't expect anything on Dow this morning. Oil is an outside day as well. We missed it. It did just wick off of S4, which is a strong sign, and then another candle here showing some strength. And so if we could get a couple more candles like that drifting back to the upside, we will probably get a signal here on oil. All right. Golds, once again, broke through S5, came down to this level that I'd be interested in, prior month's low, kind of showing some rejection off this level. It did close below it, and now it's back above it. So let's see if we can continue on with this next candle, which may flash a signal here soon if this candle is strong to the upside. And this is gold. So let me prepare myself. See, if it does give us a signal, I will hop in on this gold long. Haven't taken any trades yet this morning, and it is flashing now. It is flashing a signal, which should go away because the candle just turned a little bit bearish. But the preview is it's a good signal. If it holds as a bullish candle, this would be a good signal. How many ticks? I want to say that's 17 ticks. It's hard to read with this label covering the tick amount. All right, but it went away as the candle is continuing bearish at the moment. Euros continuing to drift towards this S5 level. Go back to NQ. All right. We've got 3 minutes left on this NQ candle. It's currently bearish. However, If it does close bullish, this would or it should signal us in. So we're watching NQ. And we're watching oil. NQ, oil, and gold. Now, gold, if it stays this way, gold will not give us a signal. Oil would have to close in this area up here to signal us in. So ideally with oil, if it does come down, well, oil did wick S4, so it technically did breach it. And let's see if that lines up. It did actually, yes. It did take out these orders right here. There goes our that's how far down our wick came to take out these orders right here on oil. So interested in oil if it can show us some more bullish momentum. Now the alerts, are you talking for on Quant Tower, Duran? Uh, I believe there is. I'll get with you on that after the stream. The alert, we simply use Quant Tower's in-house alerts, but I believe they have multiple different sounding alerts. So I'll try to see how I can distinguish. I understand what you're saying though. If we could distinguish the different alert sounds for different reactions. Now, Duran, I don't know if you. I don't think I've ever went over this feature with you, but there's a feature in Quant Tower called Master. Let me actually let me see if I can switch over to my Quant Tower screen. Give me a second here. All right. All right. Do you see my Quant Tower screen? There's a feature. Um, make sure NQ didn't just signal us in. All right. So NQ did signal us in. It is a poor signal, but however, let's see. I like it. It is a poor signal, so I will just go. Is 338.6. Yeah, I'll go one on here. I'm a little late to the party, but I did like it before we got signaled in. So 786 is my stop. And I'll just do this as a TP1 since it is a poor signal. All right. Yeah, this is Quant Tower Futures Guy. Yeah, I just entered this NQ trade, guys. What I wanted to show you, Duran. So there's a feature here on Quantower where if you scroll all the way down to the settings, where is it? Okay, so KLP master router. This is for if you set this to master on this chart, on your ES chart. Basically, I know you've got several charts open. You probably have your ES, your NQ, and all your other charts open. But any signal that you get on another chart, let's say if you're on your ES chart, but an NQ signal hit, if you set this setting to master router, it'll pick up any signals that it detects on your other charts, and it'll do a pop-up right here. You see this pop-up in the corner, reversal inside value area. That's an alert. So it'll alert you for signals on other symbols on this main chart if you want your alerts to be shown on this chart. If you spend most of your time looking at ES, then I would set this setting here to master router, so it'll route all your signals to a pop-up on the chart that you're mainly viewing. All right. All right. So NQ is moving in the right direction so far. Let's see if we could get there. Yeah, guys, I use TradingView just for my charting, just because the visuals look a lot, there's a lot easier on the eyes on TradingView. But all my executions are on Quantower. All right. And so I got pre-market low just below my TP1, and I'm up 7 something right now. Let's see if we can get to pre-market low. I'll probably flatten out of this trade here. Almost there. Almost there. All right. And I am out of this trade, guys. I'm out of this trade. All right, let me switch you back over to my TradingView screen. Yeah, I closed it out, guys. I'm out. All right, so we did get a poor signal on NQ, but it was just one of those situations where, and I did go one mini on it, but it was just one of those situations where I did like the setup. It done exactly what I wanted it to do. I said I wanted it to come below S5, but ideally, if it came below S5 and took out these lows right here, which it did, which was it prior week's low. So it did come below S5. It took out uh prior week's low and started showing us a reaction off of prior week's low. And so, I like the setup. I know it was graded poor, but I took it, I liked it, and it worked out. ES hasn't quite gotten down to S5 yet. Russell Hasn't gotten back to S5 yet. So Russell was another one where I kind of drew out what I'm looking for. So if Russell comes down to S5, if it comes down to take out these lows below S5 and then reverse, I would like Russell as well. Dow still nowhere. Now I missed oil. Oil, I was in that trade. I missed oil. I have no FOMO about it. I made my money off of NQ already. But oil has given us a weak signal as well. But this would have been one of those situations as well where I drew out uh, oil wicking off of S4, and I was anticipating a reversal signal here. I missed it because I was an NQ trade, but oil is in an active trade as well, guys. Let's see if I missed gold. It's gold. All right, so gold's still drifting lower. Gold is just very weak right now, extremely weak. It's gotten past this prior month's low, and it's still dumping. So with gold showing me this much weakness and this far past S5, I would not be interested in any signal off of gold in this area. It's just too weak right now, or too bearish right now. NQ, I mean, so NQ, I don't know if it didn't quite hit our apps TP1. I'm sorry. NQ didn't hit our apps TP1, but that's where you kind of got to use discretion. That's why I said just below TP1 was this green line, which is actually that green line is actually S4, right? Yeah, S5. So that green line is actually S5, and our TP1 was just above the other side of S5. So I figured when it's that close, I rather go with my key level, use my key level as my TP target rather than the apps TP target. So that's those situations where sometimes you just got to use common sense and your discretion for your TP targets, because this can very well be a damn continuation lower. Break S5, come back, retest S5, and continue lower. Duran, is poor signal worse than a weak signal? Yes. So poor is the absolute bottom feeder. That's the absolute worst grade that you can get is a poor signal. So it's poor followed by weak, followed by good, and followed by strong. Now I don't get into the habits either of taking poor signals. You know, they're graded poor for a reason. But like I said, when it lines up with what I was expecting to happen, when what happens as I expected it to happen, then I just got to roll with the punches there. I may go lower risk, and I may go only one TP target because it is a poor signal. You know, I'm not going to reach for the stars and try to get my full 2R out of it. You know, I may just aim for TP1. All right, so ES, it looks like we're going to rotate back to the downside, and let's see if ES can get here to S5. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just showing you guys like how I use the app to trade. I mean, for beginners, it's going to be a lot easier. Oh no. Hold on, guys.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yo.
Man, I wasn't paying attention. I was just in the middle of talking, and the damn live cut off.
You didn't do this. You didn't do
I just looked over to my right, and it said the damn live has ended. So I don't know what it did. I don't know if it showed us the capture.
That's definitely no. That's what happened. It showed that it showed the capture and got missed. You can just
Yeah.
restart it. It'll go right back.
Where do I go to restart? So let me go on the screen. Do you see that NQ tray I took?
No, yeah, I was watching Liam, but yeah, I was listening. Yeah, just fuck.
It says live center up here. Live center.
I've never had to do that before. Hold on, just go. Yeah, go ahead and click on it and see if it'll just let you go live again.
It brings up a web browser now.
Yeah, that's weird. Scroll down. Yeah, you gotta scroll. Yeah, way down there. You should see something maybe that says go live. Anywhere on that screen? No. What time is it?
10:30.
Shit.
Get Live Studio? No, that's Get Live Studio.
No. Go back to the studio. Go back to the studio. Just go. We're just gonna get out of this live and just go back. I need to see the left of the screen. All right, scroll to the right. Is there somewhere where you can just X out of this like thing? Do you see an X right there somewhere? Anywhere?
Right above here.
Yeah, click that. Yeah, click that. All right, now click go live. All right, bro.
All right. All right, guys. My bad, guys. Had technical difficulties. Tim's the one usually behind the controls, and I wasn't paying attention, and TikTok timed us out. Nah, I'm not the stream. I'm not the video technical guy. That's Tim, man. I'm just a damn analyst. So I'm trying to control the production and analyze these markets at the same time, and struggling with my multitasking right now. All right, so it looks like oil did hit TP1 before stopping you out at break even if you did move your stop to break even. Yeah, Duran, man, I was just telling Ira that damn Tim's the one that usually handles all the video production and all the technical aspects of this streaming stuff, man. And all I do is damn look at the charts. So I'm trying to multitask today, and I got timed out on TikTok. I guess whenever you're when the stream's going for a while, you got to click some type of capture stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'm not used to it, man. You like I don't damn I don't usually do the live stream stuff, man. Not on TikTok, anyways. I'm used to YouTube, so which I need to check my YouTube channel. Let's see if the YouTube guys are on here. All right, there you go. I see you in there, Tim. All right, so oil looks like oil that oil one that I did miss because I was in the NQ trade. It did hit TP1 before stopping us out at break even. Looked like a lot of a couple of the markets all pumped up and they're continuing their descent downwards. ES still hasn't gotten to S5. NQ is rotating back down. Technically, NQ is still in an open trade. It has not stopped out. It has not hit TP1. Although I did get out right a couple of ticks before TP1. Your Dow doing still a bunch of nothing. Um, that was my alert for. Looks like natural gas did something. Euro still just dropping very, very hard right now. And that is all because of the pre-market news. This morning we had job data come in um, unexpectedly very, very high, very good uh, job numbers, which is bad for interest rate cuts because we're actually priced in now to raise interest rates, that the Feds will raise interest rates by at least 25 basis points by the end of the year. So whenever you talk about interest rates being raised, that normally drops the market, usually strengthens the USD, and that's why Euro is falling pretty hard. Now Euro is flashing a a weak signal, and rightfully so. Just looking at the previous candles before it, I don't like it. I wouldn't trust this signal here at S5, especially with the candle that preceded it. That's if it closes this way. If it closes as a strong candle and it signal us in, I wouldn't take that signal. I just don't like it. I don't like the price action before it. Let's see what Bitcoin's been doing. Bitcoin is in an active trade as well. It's in a poor, what's graded as a poor trade. Let's see where we're at. So Bitcoin came down to S4. Uh, if S4 lines up with anything significant, so it does. I mean, you've got these lows here that S4 lines up with. So came down, took out those lows, take out those lows, and we'll see if it can get to TP1 this time. Um, doesn't look like Euro. Well, we got 2 minutes left, but at the moment, Euro would not give us a signal on this candle. Gold just looks so weak right now. It's gonna have to like really show some strong price action for me to be interested in gold. Especially I'm up on the day now. I took one trade so far today on NQ and up on the day now. So now I'm gonna be extremely selective. I mean, it's gotta be A plus plus setup on a Friday where I'm up already um, for me to get into anything. Russell, like I said, Russell would have to come down and do exactly as I marked out here. Come through these S5, take out these lows and continue higher for me to even think about taking Russell. And same for ES. ES would have to do exactly as I wanted it to do. Would be to come down here, take out prior week's low, come below our S5, and then start drifting higher. For me to be interested in ES, it would have to um, do exactly as I expected before I take that signal. Hey, Ira, did you take any trades today, man? What about you, Duran? Nice, nice, man. Hell yeah. Our other guy, futures guy, he caught NQ on the way down, so he made his money pre-market on the way down, and we made it on the way back up. All right, so let's see where we're at now with these markets. ES still hasn't gotten there. Russell still hasn't gotten to the level that I'm interested in. I know Dow is still just chopping in the same range it's been in um, since market open. Oil, uh, if you guys move your stops to break even, then you're out of the oil trade. If you don't, if you guys ride the whole trade through, then you're technically in the oil trade, and still looking good for you guys. Nice. Hell yeah, Ira. Now you just got to be damn selective, man. Yeah, when you get that close, Ira, I try to just be just try to look for my setups, man. My A plus setups. I even drop my risk a little bit, probably. If I'm 600 away, I'm maybe risking like 200s, especially on the eval. I'm probably dropping my risk down to like 200. And yeah, exactly. Switch to micros and try to get it in maybe, two more trades or so. But they got to be like A plus. Just look for those A setups, man. It's got to look obvious. Don't try to all you don't have to do it all in one day either, man. You just wait till Monday, wait till a fresh week to get that eval passed and get you going. Yes, sir. All right, guys. I am gonna be off in about 15 minutes. It's Friday, and plus I don't have Tim here, so I'm gonna start doing some call outs here in just a few, but I will be off by 11 o'clock today. Which means I'm probably done trade. I'm definitely done trading for today, man. But I know some of you guys, probably still looking for setups, and so I'll say what I'm still interested in. I could just run through that now. So, like I said, on ES, I'm definitely still interested. If I hadn't taken any trades today, or if I'm still looking for my first trade, or just a decent looking trade, I'm paying attention to ES here at S5. Um, if it can get through prior week's low and get through S5 before showing us signs of a reversal, I do like ES there. I do like that setup. All right. NQ, it already given me the setup that I was looking for. Russell's another one similar to ES. It's already at prior days low and prior weeks low, so it's already gotten these lows taken out. But if it can drift even lower to S5, now S5, if I scroll to the left, S5 lines up with these lows right here in this area. So if we can drift uh, to S5 and take out these lows right here, which I've marked out down here. So we got to come a little bit below S5, take out those lows before reversing. Then I like Russell. Nothing on Dow. Not interested in Dow. Don't think Dow would come down to S4 today. Even if it did come down to S4, uh, if it did come down to X4, it's worth a shot here with these lows um, right here. So we'd have to come down to S4 as well as take out those lows before heading back higher on Dow. All right, let's look at oil. Oil as well. It did already what I needed it to do at S4. Wicked S4. It took out. not only did a wick S4 and take out S4, but the wick was good enough to take out these lows right here as well back in June. And so yeah, oil did already what I needed it to do. So right now, the only thing on my radar at the moment is ES and Russell. Let's look at gold. Now gold, I think I said I'll leave gold alone because it did come down and did take out S5 and drifted below prior month's low, but it just kept drifting lower and lower. And so, just to me, to me, gold is just very, very weak today, and it's flashing a signal now, but it is a weak signal. But normally, when the market is this strong, bearish or bullish, these sort of pullbacks are very short-lived. So it may flash us a signal, but it may not give us enough strength to get to even TP1 on that signal. So yeah, whenever there's that much bearish momentum, and it blows past S5, this far past S5 and all our other key levels, I'm gonna just leave it alone. Euro still hovering below S5. Yeah, Euro shows us Euro's another one that moves similar to gold, and it is reacting off of the interest rate news as well, the interest rate hike news as well. So with Euro being extremely bearish, this is another one where if I'm looking for an A+ setup, it's my only trade I got left in me on a Friday. I'm not going to make it Euro. It's just too bearish. Look at this move. I mean, it's been extremely bearish coming into S5. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna skip over that one. So my two best setups for the rest of the afternoon that I'd be interested in would be ES if it does as I expect it to do and not drift too much far. I mean, if it dumps way below S5, then I'm not interested in ES anymore. But if it comes below S5, take out these lows, take out S5, and then reverse, then yes, I'd be interested in. Thanks for the follow, guys. All right, so ES and Russell, guys, those are my only two call outs for the rest of the afternoon. ES and Russell. Now, gold has given us a signal, and once again, it is listed as a poor signal. So I'm staying out of gold. It may hit, it may very well hit, but it just hasn't. It just seems too weak for me. There's too much bearish momentum for me, and it's drifted way too far away from S5 and these other key levels um, for me to be interested. But for you guys that need action, gold just signaled you in, so it's there for the taking if you want it. Russell seems to be not getting there. It looks like ES will probably give us the most realistic chance of a setup later on this afternoon. It might. It's the closest one too. Russell seems to be gathering some real bullish momentum now. Hey Ira, man, how long do you normally trade during your trading sessions? Do you Are you trading the whole New York Open, or do you have do you normally cut off at a certain time? Hell yeah. I do that sometimes. Sometimes, like on days where I really have nothing to do, man, I'll stay here in front of the charts all day long, all throughout New York Open. But most days, I'm normally done right around when our stream ends, right around 11, 12 o'clock, um, right before lunch for sure. Especially if I've taken any sort of trade before lunch, then yes, I'm done by lunch. If I haven't taken any trade, then yeah, I'll drift into them 2, 3, 3 o'clock at most looking for a trade. I don't like to look for trades in the final hour of trading. Although there's good opportunities there, I don't know. I don't like it. And then sometimes I'll trade Asia as well. I'll get on Asia and look for some trades, especially if I had a no trade day during the New York Open. I'll kind of keep my eye on Asia as well. Yeah. Let's take a look at this gold trade. See if we would have missed something, which it looks like hasn't quite hit TP1 yet, but it's close. It's getting there. TP1 is right above point of control too as well. And when I say point of control, I mean this yellow dashed line here on our volume profile. That's point of control. Point of control for you guys that are still learning volume profile. That is the point at where the most volume has transacted inside the value area. That's your point of control. That's where buyers and sellers agree the most. And so it usually acts as a magnet. Like price will retrace back to point of control um, normally, like it did here. It went below point of control and just retraced back to it. So I like to use those as TP targets as well. Now, also for you guys that like to trade the volume profile ranges, it's a strategy I used to do, and I'll look out for it every once in a while. But these volume profile ranges, um, you have your value area highs. Let me highlight it for you guys. You have your value area highs and your value area lows. And one of the setups I like to look for is when price gets down to value area low, is to take longs off of value area low and take shorts off of value area high, as price usually like to bounce off of these levels. It used to come up here, down here, down here, down here. So kind of like to just time out these reversals and trade these levels as well off your volume profile. All right, it looks like gold will hit at TP1. Let's see if gold was a poor signal here. Yeah, gold was a weak signal on Quantower as well. Now we have Euro here. Did make it down to S5. I think it's still hasn't it looks like it may about to signal us in here if this candle can stay strong. But it is a poor signal as well at the moment. This candle has not confirmed yet, but if it does stay this way, it would be a poor signal on Euro. Now, I still wouldn't have taken this gold trade, but one of the things you like to see before you get signaled into a trade when it comes to these price action candles, I love seeing these pin bar type candles here right before it signals in. I do love seeing these candles, man. Every time you see that formation, which I missed it, but every time you see that formation followed by a signal, um, usually pretty good things follow. Well, all right, guys. We got 1 minute here till I'm gonna get out of here. Just briefly go through one last time the two symbols that I am interested in. If price comes back down to S5 on ES, I'd be interested in a reversal long here at S5 and Russell. Russell, if it somehow come back down to S5 and take out these lows below S5 and then reverse, I would be interested in a reversal long on Russell as well. Hey, nice, Duran. Congratulations, man, on a Friday too. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. What trade got you there? I wonder if you got in that gold trade. Tell me you got in that gold trade. Gold is pumping now. All right, but all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Enjoy your weekends, man. I'm glad we closed out the week strong. Thank you to all the new guys our new subscribers that signed on this week, man. Hope you guys are doing great with the app, and I just look forward to them next week. You know, everybody come in and let's see what the KLPI can do for us next week, man. For our new viewers, if you're interested in the app, you can get more information at our website, www.alphaflowtrader.com. And if you guys have any questions or any questions about the app or anything trading related, man, you can reach me directly. My email address is steve@alphaflowtrader.com. And on socials, we are at Alpha Flow Trader on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. All right, guys. enjoy your weekends. Congratulations, guys, to the guys that made some money today. And Duran, man, congratulations on passing that eval, man. I'll check you guys on Monday.